So Eric Wagner back to catch this punt. Again, no pressure on the punt and no return. So
what's interesting is they keep waiting for people to get 11 men on the field for these punts, but there is no rush and there's no coverage. So it's, what's the difference when you have 8, 9, or 10?
But a great boot.
As a high school coach, I'd be going crazy right now because every time we go to punt, I'm missing people on the field. I'd be all over my special teams coach, but obviously, you know, these guys aren't concerned about how many men are on the field, but they keep waiting for that 11th guy to get out there.
But a great boot back to the 16-yard line, so Red Nation will start there, 1st and 10. And Cody Halfley, who has been trading off every other drive with Daniel Pitcher. And interesting to see that we have these two players who are up for their division respective Players of the Year awards. And Cody Halfley out of Wingate University up for the Division II Player of the Year award.
And both guys are getting equal time to show what they can do.
Well, Chris Medina jumping early there, but was he drawn off sides?
Encroachment on the defense.
And it's encroachment, so officials say no false start. And so Medina, who's made a couple of big plays on the line for Blue Nation so far in this ball game, a little jumpy there. Maybe they went with the hard count.
Trying to beat the snap count and you know, penetrate, looking for making another big play, and just jumped it too soon. He's right over the ball, so he didn't even see the ball move.
Halfley with the pitch to the near side. And a good gain there by Tom Addison out of Shepherd University.
Number 21, Thaddeus on the carry.
Or pardon me, that was Thaddeus.
That run will be good enough for a Red Nation first down.
Thaddeus has the touchdown in this ball game for Red Nation, getting the carry right there. So 13:45 left in this first half.
I actually at that time on Medina, he's playing that tilt nose guard, and he just pursued down the line of scrimmage. He was actually in on that tackle on the sideline after pursuing, you know, down the line. Good speed. He's a player.
So it is a first down, ball just shy of the 30. Halfley under center, and they'll hand this one off to Thaddeus again. And a couple of players making that stop for Blue Nation, including number 27, Sean Stackhouse, out of Glenville State.
Number 21, Thaddeus on the carry. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
They went right into the line. They'll spot the ball at the 29-yard line. 2nd down and 10. So, Coach, I would say the one thing we really liked what we've seen from Blue Nation has been the play of the defensive line.
Yes, they're very strong up front. And the Medina, like I said, he did, right now they're double teaming him on every play just to make sure he doesn't cause havoc in the backfield.
Halfley runs this one on the reverse to Dowdy out of Lafayette College. And Dowdy runs to the far side, gains a couple.
Number 7, Dowdy on the carry.
I think Medina's down.
And we have a man down on the play.
Gain of 4, that will bring up 3rd and 6.
Does look like.
Yes, it's definitely Medina. The interesting part about it is where he is down. He's down between the hash and the numbers, and he's a nose guard. So you know how well he was pursuing that play, which was a fake to the inside of the line and then like a reverse or a counter going wide, and he was down there to make the stop or be involved in the stop. It just shows you what kind of pursuit he has.
Oh, definitely shows you that, and considering where the play was lined up as well on the near side of the field. So great pursuit to the football. As the trainers take a look at Medina, and gets helped up and having an awful time putting some weight on that
left leg,
foot. Yeah, it looks like left ankle, left foot.
Although as he's walking, he's getting better and better.
So he'll have to step out of the game here for at least one play. And Red Nation now has a 3rd down, and call it 6 at the 33-yard line. Wind picks up just a little bit here at J. Bernie Crum Stadium in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And again, they will stay under center for Cody Halfley. Back to pass, under pressure, gets rid of the football. But man, Blue Nation, led right there by David Stallings, has been in Halfley's face the entire afternoon so far.
Yeah, they tried to run a little play action, but guess what? The Blue Nation wasn't buying it. They were just in his face, and they were going to meet at the quarterback. He was lucky to get that ball off.
So Matthew Parker will be back to return or accept this punt from Keith Knapp, who plays for West Virginia Potomac State. And he'll punt from his own 19. So the clock is stopped with 11:47 left to go in the first half. And it's Team Red Nation. Here is the kick. Takes a bounce. And it will be picked up and downed at the 33-yard line. So that's where Blue Nation will get it.
Punt is down to the 33-yard
First down
line.
and 10 for Blue Nation. And we will see if Blue Nation is able to put something together here. Heading right to left.
Blue Nation will start first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
And they're going to come out once again with David Linehan at quarterback. See if they go to the air a little bit more here.
Well, they have that nice quarterback-receiver combination both from Seton Hill University, so they've been able to do something. He had him on the last time when he ran the wheel route, but he just missed him. He had him down the field, wide open.
Single back.
Oof.
And going right into the line and coming up making that play, Anthony Rauba from St. Joseph's College, and a couple of other players there too, including Lou Scala out of CW Post.
Yeah, Red Nation was right there, and it's good that you said CW Post. When I went to Hofstra, that was our arch rival, CW Post. Used to be our Thanksgiving Day game back in the day. CW Post versus Hofstra University.
I don't want to ask you how far back that goes.
Oh, that's way back. Pilgrims were around.
Second down and 13. Little play action. Linehan flushed out of the pocket, steps up and throws down the middle of the field, have some contact, and two flags come in. There's a third, and it will be pass interference against the defense. There was some contact, and you had a linebacker, Tucker Kaysen, back there on the coverage on the wide receiver, so a little bit of a mismatch led to the penalty.
Yeah, he was double covered. That ball probably would not have been completed, but there was a bump. You know, they just sort of ran into him a little bit and bumped him, and the flag came because of that contact down the field. So they end up with a pass interference call. I don't think it had a chance of being completed. He was well covered.
But it's a 15-yard penalty and a new new set of downs and a first down.
15-yard penalty. It'll bring up first down for the Blue Nation at the
Here's an I formation now for Linehan and Blue Nation. And here's the handoff. And Kennebrew spins his way up towards midfield. One thing we've seen with Red Nation is they're making contact with the running backs, with Kennebrew and anybody else who's coming out of the backfield. If Linehan hangs on to the football, we're seeing contact right at the line of scrimmage.
And they close. I mean, you see a little bit of a lane, and all of a sudden it closes shut quickly. They had some great speed coming defensively at the ball, and they close quickly.
But it's a gain of about 4 yards, second down and 6, I formation again. Red Nation shows blitz. They do come forward, and the handoff will go for no gain right back to the line of scrimmage. Matthew Parker, the running back on that play. So the ball we spotted just shy or just at, with nose just up at the 49-yard line.
Looks like that time they brought more people from the Red Nation than the Blue Nation could possibly block. They guessed right. It was a run. They had a run blitz on, and they just shut it down right at the line of scrimmage.
So it's third and a long 6. 9:30 left to go in this first half. And it is Team Red Nation, the home team, with a 7-0 lead on Team Blue Nation. Shotgun for Lenahan, back to throw. As a man over the middle, it's caught, and he gets wrestled down at the 40-yard line. That is a new set of downs for Blue Nation, and the reception, Jesse Hubbard.
Lenahan's pass is complete to number 10, Hubbard.
You know, it's interesting watching this game. I'm looking at the coaches from a coaching perspective. No headphones. So there's no spotters up here, up top. So there's nothing coming down from upstairs saying, you know, this is there, try this, try that. It's pretty much being called right from down on the field without any eye in the sky, so to speak.
A little old-time football
yes,
right there.
You're right. It's strange to see coaches without headphones on.
1st and 10. This run to the outside, turns the corner and gets pushed out of bounds. Matthew Parker. Another first down, and now suddenly Team Blue Nation in business.
Yeah, now they're starting to show an ability to get the ball out on the flank, and that was a nice run by number 33, Parker. He did a great job made a little inside move, and then was able to kick it to the outside and pick up additional yards.
Now Parker listed on our roster as a strong safety, cornerback, kick returner, and a punt returner.
And he's showing some tailback.
And he's showing a little bit of tailback here for us. So again, these players, a lot of talent, the ability to play both ways for some of them. Here is another run, and this time the handoff to Kennebrew, and Kennebrew gets hit at the line and then is still able to keep the legs moving, gains a couple to the 25.
Kennebrew on the carry. Gain of 2. That'll bring up 2nd and 8.
And it's 2nd down and 8 with 7:55 left to go in the second quarter. It's a meticulous offense here from Blue Nation. They're content taking their time. They don't want to rush anything.
No rush. They're just trying to get things squared away and make the right play call. Trying to get on the board. Tie this ball game up.
Lenahan in the shotgun. They will fake the sweep, and Red Nation does not buy on the jet sweep fake. Yeah. Lenahan on the keeper, and he loses a few.
That looked like a broken play. You know, the two guys were in the same position, two backs. You wanted to fake the jet sweep, but the other back was in the way, and it just broke down, and then Red Nation just closed it down. So it wasn't well executed.
So back to the original line of scrimmage at the 27-yard line after the loss of 2. 3rd down and 10. .640 left to go. And they'll break the huddle. So big 3rd down play here for Blue Nation. High snap, quick toss to the left side, nothing there. Red Nation comes up, makes the play. Cody Allen, one of the players to come up and make the play along with Quentin Lopez.
With the carry.
Despite the catch from Geneva College's Anthony Delmonico.
33 Lopez.
Bring up a 4th and about 12.
And
gonna try a field goal.
Yeah, Lenahan is going to be out to hold.
About a 47-yarder.
And we get a timeout. Blue Nation will call a timeout as Jones Chaz was out to
timeout, Blue Nation.
Attempt the
first of the half.
Field goal. First timeout taken
remaining in the half
by Blue Nation, and so they'll talk it over.
He's got a 47-yard attempt. He's got the wind at his back. We don't know what kind of leg he has, obviously. We'll find out, but with the way the wind's blowing, he's got a shot here. We saw him pregame kicking some decent field goals from pretty good distances. No rush. He doesn't have to worry about the rush, so he's just going to be able to, it's almost like a free kick.
Yeah, so the question is, do you try something here on that, or do you? Yeah, that's an interesting situation here too. Since there's no rush, you can't fake it. So
that would be interesting if they ran a fake. Everybody's standing still, and they run a fake, and they try to score. So he's going to get an opportunity to kick this ball without any worry about any kind of rush.
Field goal units on to attempt a 46-yard
So
field goal.
officially will go down as a 46-yard attempt. Snap, spot, kick is up, and the kick is good. It hits the crossbar.
And sneaks in.
Sneaks in, just gets over.
And the kick is good.
And the kick is good. So just like that, Blue Nation gets on the board, gets 3 points, and they now trail the ball game by a score of 7-3.
Red Nation 7, Blue Nation 3.
It's an interesting concept. They on the special teams, they're able to not rush the punter, not rush the extra points or the field goals, but they do play live on the kickoffs.
Let's head down to the sideline, and let's hear from Tara Formica.
I'm with Matthew Parker from Glenville State. Were you confident that that field goal was going to go in?
I was confident. I had my hands up the whole time. Once I seen the snap and I seen the hole, see it leave his leg, man, it was all good. So I'm just happy that was a good play by our kicker.
Back to you, James.
Thank you very much, Tara. 5:39 left to go in this first half, and Blue Nation has gotten on the board, trailing Red Nation by a score of 7-3 here from J. Bernie Crum Stadium in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Number 14, Tucker, to kick for the Blue Nation.
So Lloyd Tucker will kick this one away for Blue Nation. High end over end kick to the far side, caught at the 16-yard line. Up across the 30 and gets tripped up just shy of the 40-yard line. Eric Wagner of the Johnstown Generals with that return. Pretty good return. That'll set up decent field position to start.
30, Wagner with the return.
With 5:33 left to go, as Red Nation will come out and start on their own 38.
Red Nation will start 1st and 10.
Red Nation is going to come right out in the shotgun. Back to pass as a man left side. Some contact right there at the 40-yard line. No flag on the play. A receiver, Norrell, wants a flag, but not going to get it. Good pass from pitcher.
Intended for number 10, Norrell.
I'm not sure if the receiver was in bounds when that contact was made. Look, from here, it looked like early contact, but I think he might have been out of bounds. That's why there was no flag.
And if he had been the first person to touch the football, too,
it would have been a penalty.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 38-yard line. Daniel Pitcher, a finalist for the Division III Player of the Year award, the Gallardi Trophy. Throws a nice ball.
Yes, he does.
So he's back in the shotgun again, 4 wide. Takes the snap. Little hitch. Now under pressure, has to get outside the tackles and throws it out of bounds. Did try to get the ball to Anthony Salidi, but that'll stop the clock with 5:20 left to go.
Pass falls incomplete
In this first half, so you can see now. Tried to go 2 quick passes right there. It didn't work, so now they're faced with a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and I believe he'll stay with the passing game. It's you know, it's what he does well, and they're going to try and get the ball down the field and pick up this 1st down. We haven't seen a whole lot of action going this way, you know, left to right. Most of the game's been played to our left, heading toward the other end of the field.
So a 7-3 ball game. Red Nation with the lead. We're in the second quarter, 5:20 left to go until halftime. And they will go back to pass again. Pitcher now being chased. Tries to spin his way up across the 40 to the 44-yard line. But not good enough for a first down. We made something out of nothing there.
Yeah,
and Trout on to punt this one away.
Credit Blue Nation with excellent coverage downfield. There wasn't anybody really open he could throw the ball to. And then he tried to run it. Probably on his level, you know, when he scrambles like that, he probably can pick up first downs. But the difference is in this game, there are guys that can run you down and run you down quickly.
So on 4th and 5, here's Trout's punt. A wobbly spiral caught at the 25-yard line by Parker, and that's where Blue Nation will start 1st and 10. 4:34 left to go until halftime.
25-yard line. Blue Nation
So now Blue Nation can build off that last drive
Field
where
goal.
they got the 46-yard field goal.
Yeah, you have to assume they'll come out throwing as well. It's been a big part of the offense, is just to throw the ball down the field.
So Lenahan still in a quarterback. Fakes the jet sweep, now throws over the middle. Man wide open at the 50-yard line. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
12, Griffin.
Jordan Griffin on the touchdown pass. That'll go for 75 yards. Well executed on the fake jet sweep, and just like that,
touchdown.
Blue Nation goes on top by a score of 9-7.
Yeah, somebody got caught looking in the backfield because they ran a little play action inside. They faked the jet sweep, faked the counter, and then laid it up there. He was wide open right from the get-go, and the ball was put right on the money. It was just a foot race to the end zone.
And Griffin really turned on the speed there too.
Yeah, he showed some quickness after he caught the ball. He was open by about 15 yards.
Number 14, Tucker to kick the extra
So this
point.
is Tucker. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, one play from scrimmage, 75 yards. And now it's a 10-7 lead for Blue Nation. And let's head down to the sideline and Tara Formica.
I'm with Jordan Griffin from Glenville State. Could you tell me about the touchdown?
Yeah, we drew up a play and executed it and scored. I mean, it worked perfect.
It was a beautiful play. Back to you, James.
Okay, thank you very much, Tara. So pretty impressive play right there. Pitch and catch, 75 yards. Lenahan to his receiver, Jordan Griffin.
And well executed. You know, the timing on the ball fakes was very good. And then obviously the receiver ran a little go route. And once he got beyond the secondary, they just had to make sure the ball got there. But the ball was thrown very well by Lenahan. He hit him in stride, and the rest was history. It was just a foot race to the end zone.
Well, and suddenly the complexion of this game has changed after Red Nation was able to get out to that 7-0 lead, and now scores on 2 consecutive possessions for Blue Nation. It looks like things are starting to click for them, and now Red Nation needs an answer.
And they still have plenty of time left with 4:23 left on the clock, so it's not a matter of time. It's a matter of them being able to complete some passes.
Well, it took about a quarter and a half for these two teams to kind of feel themselves out a little bit, as that kickoff is bobbled momentarily and then returned by Joe Leach up to the 35-yard line. So that's where Red Nation will start 1st and 10.
Number 18,
and if
the return.
the switching back and forth continues, we'll see Cody Halfley back at quarterback.
I think you're right. I think I see number 4 in the huddle. He'll have an opportunity to see what he can do if he can move the team down the field with his ability to throw the ball.
And the opportunity is limited as they've been to throw the football. He hasn't really had a whole lot of time.
No.
There's been a lot of pressure in his face.
Yeah, he's probably better off. It doesn't need the play action stuff. He'd probably be better off with straight drop. go to 3-step drop, 5-step drop, and try and get the ball down the field.
Or get him out there in a shotgun, but he's out in the I formation. He rolls to the far side, throws on the run, got a man at midfield, steps out of bounds.
He actually had a naked bootleg. He actually had both guys open. He had the underneath guy, number 7, wide open. He chose to go to the deep man, and nice throw, nice completion. Now they're moving the chains.
He could have thrown it to
either guy,
Dottie, but instead he was able to get it to Leach.
Joe Leach, right?
Yep.
He had Dottie wide open. The guy from Lafayette was wide open coming out as the tight end on a late release. That play was well executed. A little naked bootleg. Plenty of time. Good delivery.
We'll see if that gets Hafley's legs underneath him a little bit. Complete that pass. Little fake again. This time he comes to the near side. Looking, throws, and almost intercepted. Coming up, making the play out of the secondary was Norman Signius out of Glenville State.
Yeah, basically he ran the same play just to this side of the field, and that time the Blue Nation covered the deep man, covered the late release by Dottie. He looked for his third receiver crossing from the other side of the field, but by that time, you know, the secondary read his eyes and was able to jump the route, almost picked it off.
One thing to note for Blue Nation, good to see him back in the ball game, 52, Chris Medina, who was down.
I don't think the Red Nation linemen are happy to see him back, but I think it's good to see him back.
Good to see him back.
Timeout
gets called by Red Nation. That is their first of the game at first of the half. 3:35 left to go in this first half. So 2nd down and 10 when they come out of the break, as they're on the Blue Nation 49-yard line. And so this is good to see now that Hafley having the opportunities. He's getting some more protection in front of him from his offensive linemen, giving him some time to throw the ball, and he throws a nice ball when he's on the move. Looked like he had a little bit better going when he was moving to his left as opposed to when he was coming to his right and almost threw the interception.
Yeah, and I think too the fact that they went back to back with the same play, you know, it's very difficult to execute the same play at the other side of the field. And that time Blue Nation did not bite on the misdirection, and they covered it pretty well. So he didn't have as wide open a receiver as he had the first time going to his left. But he does throw the ball well on the move.
So they'll come out in the I formation again on 2nd down and 10. Cody Hafley out of Wingate University up for the Division II Player of the Year award. Here is the handoff inside the 40-yard line. Well, that play had been set up by a couple of pass plays beforehand, and a nice run there by Everson Thaddeus, who has the Red Nation touchdown in this ball game, showing some good moves, finding the hole and going through the seam.
And I think what happens there, you know, they steady dive the pass. Blue Nation defensive line, they were just trying to get to the quarterback, but they ran the inside play, and the Blue Nation pass defenders trying to get to the quarterback with their pass rush got caught against the run because they weren't reading their keys.
So 1st and 10 from the Blue 36. They'll give this one again to Thaddeus. Thaddeus looked like he was going to run a little outside, tried to counter back up the middle, and this time Medina and company had it sniffed out pretty well.
Yeah, he looked to make a little cutback, but Medina was going to have no part of it. He got rid of the blocker and just took him right down for about a yard gain.
Gain of 1, that will bring up 2nd and 9.
Well, it's a gain of 1, maybe 2. Call it 2nd and a long 8. The ball at the 34-yard line. Thaddeus will check out of the ball game now. Come back to the sideline, get a spell. .220 left to go in the first half. And Red Nation looks like they've called timeout once again, and yes, they have.
Red Nation, their second of the half.
Their second timeout of the half. And the coaching staff coming over to talk things over with Hafley and company, trying to set up a play. And the head coach for Red Nation otherwise known as the Red National Team. Jared Rogel is the new head coach of the Danville Dragons of the UIFL. Coached at a couple of different locations in the AFL too, including Mahoning Valley and the Peoria Pirates. And to go back to something we mentioned at the start of this ball game, one of the assistants down on the field for him is Bill Percy, who coaches he's just finished up his first season as the head coach at High Point Regional High School in Frankfort, New Jersey.
And finished up pretty strong, if I remember correctly. Ended up, I guess, at 500.
500, 5-5, and won 3 straight.
Yep.
To get to 500, so
he's probably looking forward to his second year as a head coach. A good off season, get his boys ready to go, and after that strong finish, everything is optimistic for the next year.
So 2nd down and 8 from the 34. Hafley on the pitch to the left side, and it'll be a gain of a few. This time to Addison.
You could see the difference in speed. That play looked like it was going to go for very good gain, and all of a sudden the Blue Nation people just ran it down, and it only ends up being a small gain. Yet when he turned that corner, it looked like there was a lot of running room.
I'll bring up 3rd down. Addison in the backfield again out of the I formation. Oh, we have movement on the left side.
There's a flag on the play.
And a lot of laundry on the field, and the referee comes in, makes the call. That's going to cost Red Nation 5 yards.
False start on the offense, 5-yard penalty.
Not the opportune time. Never an opportune time to take a penalty. They're certainly not one of those.
No, but credit these two teams, because that's probably maybe the second time we've seen something like that, or a miscue, for a team that hasn't been together that long, to do that only a couple times in a half. That's impressive.
Again, these teams only doing 2 practice sessions yesterday to get ready for this ball game. So very impressive. Hafley back to pass. Hafley sacked on the play. Back at the 39-yard line. And we have a stoppage here. And it's going to be another timeout. This one called by Blue Nation, stopping the clock with 52 seconds left to go.
Number 99, Hall.
Francis Hall out of Albright College, not too far down the road from where we are here in Allentown, Albright in Reading, Pennsylvania, making the short drive here for today's game, the second annual National Bowl. And after Blue Nation calls timeout, it's going to set up a 4th and long situation. And they're going to get the ball back after the punt. Can't return it though, and we'll see if they're able to run a quick offense. They'll get the ball back with maybe 45 seconds left, maybe 42 seconds left. We'll see what they're going to go with, their tricks up their sleeves.
Interesting to see what Red Nation does here. It looks like they
may go for it.
They may, because I don't see the punter. I still see Hafley coming out with the team. It's a 4th and about 14.
Yep, 4th and 13 is the
they're going to go for it.
Official, yep, and the ball is just inside the 39-yard line. And they are going to go for it. 5 wide, nobody in the backfield. Hafley in the shotgun. And they spread out the offense. Hey, why not? Here comes the pressure up the middle. Hafley now scrambling, rolls, throws, and it's incomplete. Coming up, Mitchell LaRock and Daniel Frankert on the pursuit of the quarterback.
Blue Nation's ball,
and so Blue Nation gets the ball now, 1st and 10 with 45 seconds left. So we'll see their 45-second offense.
Yeah, we'll see whether or not they can run a 2-minute drill here and move the ball down the field, use the sidelines and try to get down. We know that they don't have to get too far to get to some decent field goal position, showing ability to kick the long field goal.
And hey, it was a 75-yard completion, pitch and catch from Lenahan to Griffin. That put Blue Nation up by a score of 10-7. That ball is tipped and it's picked off at the 47-yard line, down the near sideline, at the 20. Trying to make a move, dives, and gets taken down by Lenahan inside the 10-yard line.
Johnson the third.
Royal Johnson III out of the University of Arkansas at Monticello, making the interception off of the tipped pass. And that is one of the worst things that could happen for an offense when the ball gets tipped up in the air like that.
Yeah, usually when it gets tipped like that, in that situation, a 2-minute drill, there's going to be people around it, and sure enough, it gets picked. Now the Red Nation has a chance to put one on the board before the half.
32 seconds left to go in this second quarter. And Daniel Pitcher comes out now to play quarterback for Red Nation, so he'll have an opportunity to see if he can lead Red Nation into the end zone. First and goal, pardon me, from the 5. And a nice pitch and catch to the far side to Norrell. And just like that, a 5-yard touchdown strike from Pitcher to Norrell. He ran that play out into the flat, into the corner.
He ran that fade route to the corner, to the pylon, and basically the pitcher just threw it to the pylon. He got there, caught it over his outside shoulder. Nice pitch and catch. Touchdown for Red Nation.
So it's a one-play scoring drive of 5 yards that takes 6 seconds off the clock.
Pending. Red Nation 13, Blue Nation 10.
Snap, spot, kick is up, kick is good. And Team Red Nation with a quick touchdown retakes the lead by a score of 14-10 with 26 seconds left to go until halftime. Let's head down to the sideline and Tara.
Blue Nation.
I'm with Nikolai Norwell from Shepherd University. Can you tell me about the touchdown that you just scored?
He was playing inside of me. I'm running a fade. That's just easy money right there. I don't know why he was thinking cover me inside him right there on the goal line, but he did it and we scored, so I'm good.
Thank you. Back to you, James.
All right, thank you very much, Tara. So 26 seconds left to go in this first half. And Coach, after a feeling out process in the first quarter and a half, first, say, 20, 25 minutes of gameplay here, we've seen both teams kind of open things up here a little bit. Now it's a 14-10 lead for Red Nation.
Yeah, and I think it makes for an interesting second half because, like you said, a little bit of a feeling out process, getting some of the kinks out. Getting some feels for where the matchups are and so on and so forth. And now the timing's starting to get a little bit better. Quarterbacks are finding receivers. Receivers are finding ways to get in open. And they've been able to put some points on the board. So now it's a back-and-forth type game.
So Murphy and Stewart back to return this kick. And instead it's going to be taken by one of the up men who just falls down on it. Francis Hall, number 99.
Kick is down to the 31-yard line.
And it's down to the 31.
Blue Nation will start 1st and 10.
Well, smart play by Red Nation. They did not want to be burned on a return by either Murphy or Stewart.
Right, and I think right now Blue Nation has a decision to make whether they're going to try and put the ball in the air or just take one play and run the clock out.
Well, with 4 wide and Lenahan in the shotgun, I think.
Yeah, it looks like they may try to move it down the field.
They do have 1 timeout left. Here comes the pressure from the outside. Lenahan has a man at the 40-yard line. Now heads backwards, trying to make something. And gets taken down on the play to his Seton Hill teammate, Sean Randall. And this will be a timeout called by Blue Nation to stop the clock with 17 seconds left to go. So they get the first down. They're up to the 42-yard line.
That'll be enough for
now 58 yards to pay dirt, have 17 seconds, no timeouts left.
Yeah, it was interesting. I thought he might try to make his move back towards the sideline and try to get out of bounds and stop the clock, but he went back to the middle of the field, which forced him to have to take their timeout. They didn't have enough time to try to kill it by spiking the ball. So now they have no timeouts left, so now they have to work the sidelines if they're going to be able to get into field goal range.
And we did see their kicker, Chaz, hit a 46-yard field goal that just went over the crossbar and hit the post that holds the goal post up.
Just
bounces off that, just got it over. You should get an extra 3 points for that. That takes accuracy.
That does take accuracy. If he could do it again, he should give him extra points.
But all joking aside now, Blue Nation coming out with 17 seconds left to go in this first half. Down by a score of 14-10. No timeouts left. And to have similar field goal position, they'd have to get at least inside the 30 and then try to spike the ball. Here's the pass to the far side. It's caught. Nice move along the sideline. Down the sideline, gets pushed out of bounds, shy of the 20-yard line. And a nice pitch and catch right there, and Jordan Griffin on the reception. Or pardon me, that's number 10, Hubbard, on the reception.
Well, here's where it gets interesting. With 9 seconds left, you probably have enough time to take a shot into the end zone, but you don't want to complete the ball in the field of play and have enough time to get your field goal team out there. So you got to use the sideline to get closer, or take a shot into the end zone and still leave yourself enough time for a field goal.
So 1st and 10 from the 25. 9 seconds left to go until halftime. Blue Nation trails 14-10. Lenahan back to pass, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. Murphy, the intended receiver, and Lenahan throwing that exactly, Coach, where you said not to throw it.
Yeah, I'm surprised, because if he completes in the center of the field, there's no way they get their field goal team out there fast enough to get it off.
So now that only took 3 seconds off the clock. So down to 6 seconds left with a 2nd and 10 from the 25. If they don't get any further and go for the field goal, it would be 42 yards.
Yeah, so he's in his range. If he gets a sack, it's over. There's the one to the end zone.
One to the end zone, throws, and almost intercepted. And
what? That's
the horn goes off to signify the end of the first half. Johnson III, who had the interception, had a beat on that. And I think the officials are going to come back and say there's one more play.
Yeah, I think
it
so.
seemed like about a full second almost went off before that horn.
Yeah, that ball was out of bounds, let's say. They should have stopped the clock, and there should have been enough time left on the clock for a possible field goal attempt.
And the official, it looks like he's the one who made the ruling that it was incomplete, may have a feel for how much time was left on the clock if he got a quick look at the scoreboard. And it looks like we are going to have one more play. So this one will be from, call it 43 yards.
Red Nation took a timeout.
And Red Nation calls timeout, and they're going to try to ice the kicker.
We have timeout, Red Nation. That will be their last of the half.
So that's just trying to ice the kicker here.
Yep. They might as well use it. No sense taking it into the locker room with that timeout.
So Jones-Chaz will try the extra point here. Or the field goal, pardon me. It's going to be a long extra point. So they'll spot this one actually from the 42-yard, or the 32, so make it a 42-yard attempt. Low snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. Well, he got a lot more on that one than he did the previous one.
That would have been good for another 10 yards.
So Chaz with the field goal. And we'll head into halftime here.
Going into halftime.
Red Nation 14, Blue Nation 13. Let's get a quick update from the sideline, and here's Tara.
I'm with head coach Rolgo from Red Nation. Could you tell me how your team played the first half and how you hope they play the second?
We're playing good. You know, the one thing that we have to do is we have to play every play individually. There's no games. Like we told our guys, there's no games. There's no quarters. There's no halves. It's one play per, you know, it's every play that we have to concentrate on. We have to be disciplined, too, in the second half.
All right, so discipline in the second half. Sounds good. Back to you, James.
So again, our halftime score, Red Nation leads Blue Nation by a score of 14-13. We'll come back with third quarter action next from J. Bernie Crum Stadium in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
This National Bowl game from Allentown, Pennsylvania is brought to you by East Prep Sports Management. This game showcases college talent from around the country. For more information, go to eastpreps.com or nationalbowlgame.com.